change. There we go.
Oh, okay. So this is using Lyft workshop. And just a few things about Teams features. As you guys may well know, since you attended some of our past workshops, this is you can join Teams through the web browser or download the app through your phone. And then you can also join through the phone number that's located on the bottom right there. If your internet doesn't allow you to join through the video call.
It's too fast. Couldn't get the number.
Okay. Well, actually, this is an example. The number should be on the email we sent to join the Teams meeting. But since you already joined here, you might not need it. But so the video call, just keep your video on if you're comfortable doing that so we can see you. For the microphone, just keep in mind that keep yourself muted just to cut back on background noise and stuff. And then if you want to talk, you can just unmute yourself whenever you do want to like ask a question or something. And then you can click on the chat icon to write your questions down through the chat too, and then we can have one of our ambassadors answer them. And then if you click on the people icon, you can just see who's in this call right now. So for introductions, just say your name, your city, and your experience with Lyft. So I'm Ana Colon, I live in Denver, and I use Lyft usually when I go out with my friends on a weekend, but that's it. And then I'll just go down the order of the participants here. So Carol? You're muted, Carol.
You're muted, Carol.
I was being good, muting before. I'm Carol. I live in Louisville, Colorado. I've never used Lyft before, but I did just download it on my phone.
Okay, thank you for joining us. Clyda?
Yes, Clyda Stafford. I've never used Lyft before. I only want it on my phone so that in case I need it in an emergency, I can. And as I told you, the video went so fast that nobody could have downloaded from that.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Leonard?
My name is Leonard. I'm one of the volunteer technology ambassadors for this program. I'm in Niwot. I've used Lyft a little bit.
Thank you. And then Aljona?
Hi, I'm Algiona Gilmore. I'm ambassador for Boulder. I've been using Lyft now for about 10 years, and I really enjoy it.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna go back to the presentation here.
Oh.
So Mobility for All promotes equitable, affordable and accessible transportation options. And this is because we know one type of transportation does not fit all needs. So you need to kind of customize it in a way for each individual need. And then as we know, COVID-19 has exposed inequities and has changed how people travel. So we don't want you to travel if you don't feel comfortable, but if you do, we want you to have that confidence when traveling. So this is one of our 4 workshops. I think the next one is going to be using Uber, just so you guys know. And then our goals are just to increase confidence using Lyft and connect you guys with our ambassadors. And then you guys can also receive $50 credits to try Lyft by completing the survey after the workshop. So our ambassador for this workshop is Aljona, but we also had Leonard join, so they can also answer your questions if you have any. And like I said, you can also put them in the chat box and then they can answer. So differences, it's important to know that iPhone and Android are gonna look different, but the idea is still the same. But it doesn't look exactly like the way my demonstration does, just keep in mind that it could be because of that. And then just also keep in mind that apps are not perfect. So just cross at crosswalks, even if it tells you to cross at a street. And then it's also a good idea to keep an emergency contact number with you in case your phone dies and you don't have access to your contacts. So Lyft does collect your data, such as your name, email, phone number, and usage during trips. You're not gonna tell us exactly how you used the credits, but just if you did use them or not. And if you want more information, you can go to this website, lyft.com/privacy. So ride hailing is similar to exact taxi, except everything, like all the information and stuff, is done through the phone. So all your payments, all like tipping, just looking at the maps and stuff, everything you need your phone for. And then for this workshop, we have these handouts that we're gonna go off of. And then we have this trip planning worksheet, which I'll go through later. So just so you know, when being a passenger for Lyft, you have to, or you should stay home if you're symptomatic. Continue to wear your face covering. You should keep the car and the hands clean if you can, and then sit in the back seat. I don't think they're allowing people to sit in the front seat during COVID. And then if you can, keep the windows open, but it's fine if it's too cold or something for you. And then for drivers, they should also be wearing their face masks, just so you know. And then all shared rides are suspended, so it's just gonna be you in that ride. And then before we start, this is the trip planner worksheet where we have a list of apps to help plan your trips. And then on this right side, we have planning resources that you can also access. And this will be sent out through email after. And then in the back, it has a way to plan your trips. So for example, if you want to take the bus through a new route, you can write down which bus you're going to get on and which stop you're going to get off, and just keep notes of like costs and other important details.
Work got started.
So to get started with Lyft, you want to go to your app store if you have iPhone, or the Google Play Store if you have Android. And then in the search bar, you just search for Lyft. And then when that option comes up, you just click on Get, and on Android, it'll say Install. Once it's downloaded, it's gonna ask to use your location, and you wanna click Allow, and this is so the driver knows where you are when you are ordering a ride. It just makes it easier to also keep track of your route and how long it takes to get to your destination. When creating an account, it's gonna ask for you to input your phone number, and then it's gonna text you a code through your messages. So you just go to your messages, get that code, and then you input it in this screen. And if you have iPhone, it's gonna automatically like show up on where the red rectangle is. And then you just click on that.
Excuse me, are we supposed to be downloading that app right now on Apple Store?
You don't have to. I'm just gonna go over it, and then we can go through it towards the end. So it's more like one-on-one help. If that's fine with you. If you want to do it right now, we can also do that.
Well, it's going to take me a while. I don't even use my iPhone very much, so this is going to require some instruction. Would you rather I wait until the end?
Yeah, I can go through this. This is not that long, so I can go through this, and then we can work on it at the end.
Okay, I'm at the App Store.
Okay, that works. So you just have to search Lyft, and then it should be like the first or second option.
I
Just
don't even know how to do that. I'm looking at a screen on Apple that just gives me offers today and all these lists of things that I can stream today. I don't even know how to go to what you're talking about.
I don't know. In the bottom bar, does it say today, games, apps, arcade, and search?
What I've gotten right now is a screen that says app of the day. Let me see if there is a bottom.
Because there should be icons on the bottom, and on the very right, it should say search.
Well, it's taking me a long time. When I get to the bottom, it just has redeem, send gift, add funds to Apple ID.
Okay, well, I think I'll just share my screen towards the end so you can see exactly like where I'm looking at to see if it looks similar for you. But I'll just keep going right now with the presentation. So
You go ahead. I can't do this.
yeah, I'll help you out. After you do that, you want to allow also push notifications so that it sends you notifications about your driver. So if he's outside, you can see that. And then you don't need to add a payment method to sign up for Lyft, but you will when you want to actually do or order a ride. To book a ride, you want to click on this search destination bar and just input like an address or a landmark, and it'll pop right up. And it uses your current location as the default location. So when you put your destination, it's just going to show that route. And then you're going to have several options on the right here. So where this red rectangle is, you have shared, economy, and extra seats. So just depending on your needs. And like I said, this shared option is not going to be available because of the pandemic. So I'm not sure when they're going to be available again, but the default is going to be just a regular Lyft. And with the regular Lyft, you can sit up to, it says 4 people, but that was before the pandemic. Since nobody can sit in the front, it's 3 people now. And then like it says, like this cost right here, if you schedule it for another day, it's going to keep that cost. So it shouldn't change, because usually costs change depending on the amount of like demand for that day. You can also set up a pickup location. So for example, if you're in a large building and you want him or her to pick you up at the entrance, you can set up the pickup location at the entrance of that building to make it easier. And then you can also add notes to make it a smoother pickup. So just say like, I'm wearing red, or I'm in front of this restaurant, and it just makes it easier for them to find you. It's also important to take note of the driver's information. So you really want to see the main things are the driver's make and model of the car and the license plate. But then it also has like his name and his picture. But you want to make sure you're getting on in the right car. So it's very important to check the car and the license plate before you get on. And also as you approach the ride, you want the driver to confirm your name. You don't want to ask him, oh, are you Aaron? Because anybody can say yes. But if he knows your name, then you know he got it through that app. And this is just more on that. So just ask the driver to confirm of the name of the person they're picking up. And then just right in the back seat or your seatbelt, just follow the car's route on the map in your app, just so you know if he's going the right way. And then you don't have to pay cash. Everything's done through the app, even tipping. So when your ride is over, you're gonna have this screen where it allows you to choose a tip. You can also rate your ride. So if he was a friendly driver, then you can put that, or you can write a comment of why you liked or didn't like that driver. And then you just click on send to Lyft and it'll let them know. And then to add a payment, you want to click on this option menu, which is the 3 bars. When you click on that, this list will appear and you want to go through to payment, down to add credit card down here, and then it'll have an option to just input all your information through there. For public transit, when you look for a destination, it's going to show all your Uber option or Lyft options. But when you scroll through the options, it's also going to have nearby transit if you choose to go that route. And then I'll do a demonstration on that too. And then if your city has Lyft scooters, those will also come out as an option, and all the the location and the price are all going to come up on the app also. So I'm going to start with the demonstration just so we can all be on the same page. And I'm just going to share my screen from my iPad, so give me one moment. So, Clyda, were you on? Do you see this?
I have now downloaded the app.
Oh, okay.
Much easier on my phone than the video. So, but now I can't move forward anyway. So I'm just trying to figure out how to even open the app.
Because usually they pop, like if you scroll to the right of your screen, usually new apps pop out on, if it doesn't appear on your main screen.
Well, now I've lost my Lyft app. I don't want to hang everybody up on this while you're working. You just go ahead and I will work on this until the end of your talk, and maybe you can help me with this app.
Okay, that sounds good. So if we open the Lyft app, this is what it looks like. The blue dot is where you are, and the cars are just the available drivers in your area. So if I want to search for a destination, let's say I want to go to Union Station. I just click on that first option, and this is what it's going to look like for me. So I have several options. I have this wait and save. So usually it takes longer but right here it seems like it's just around the same price and the same time. But if you go through this, you have like Lyft extra large, the luxury ones, which are more expensive. And then on the bottom, we have our transit options. So if we choose on just a regular Lyft, you can click on select Lyft. And then this is going to come up, just wear your face covering, sit in the back seat, leave your window if possible open. We can click on continue. And all you have to do is confirm and request, and it'll just send the driver over to you. I'm not going to do that right now because I don't need a ride there. Because just so you know, if you do order a Lyft and then you cancel it, they can charge you. So make sure all your information is correct and you chose the option you actually want before you confirm a ride. Also, you can schedule a ride for another day. So right on the bottom right, you see the schedule with the calendar icon. We'll click on that and this will show up. So we can choose, like, for example, if you have like an appointment you want to go to, let's say I have an appointment on Saturday, we'll go to Saturday, September 12th. And then let's say it's at 2 p.m. So I can set that time, but since my appointment is at 2 p.m., I want to get there before. So like you can, let's say, get there an hour before, just have time to like look for the doctor's office or something. Then you can put set pickup time, schedule, and then it's just gonna have that saved. So on Saturday at that time, they're gonna send a notification to the drivers around me so that they can come pick me up and I don't have to do anything anymore. Just wait for those notifications that they're on their way or something. And then if you want to cancel that ride, you on the top right corner, there's a calendar icon. And then I can just put cancel ride if I don't want to take that ride anymore. Or if I want to change like the time or the day. Also, so we'll just do Union Station again so I can show you guys the transit. So we scroll down, we have different options, and then it tells you how much the bus costs. So right here it says it's gonna be $3 for that trip if I take the bus. So I'm just gonna choose this first option so that we can see what that's gonna look like. So on the top bar, it's gonna tell you it's 17 minutes walking to the bus stop. I'm gonna get on this bus, the 88, then walk for 4 minutes, and then get on the 120X. And that's gonna take around an hour and 3 minutes. So if you would wanna go with that, then you just look at how that's gonna look like through here. So it tells me right here, I'm gonna leave my house, walk 17 minutes to this address down here. I'm gonna go for send stops, and it tells you exactly what stops it stops at so that you can keep track. And then I'm gonna get off at Thornton Park and Ride Gate A. Then it says I'll walk to the RTD 120X. And then after 3 stops, I get off at Union Station. So this is just a good idea of what that trip is gonna look like. For example, I don't wanna walk 17 minutes to the first bus, so I might not even take this trip. But you just have an idea. And then if you look at the map, you can zoom in and see what that looks like. So it's telling me I'm gonna walk all this, take that first bus to the park and ride, and then it shows the dotted lines are you walking, and then the solid lines are the bus. Just so you have an idea of what that trip looks like. And then if you open the options menu with the 3 lines on the top left corner, you go down to payments, and this is gonna let you add a payment method. So right here on the bottom, it says add payment method. Then you can choose if you want like PayPal or a credit or debit card. So I'm gonna choose credit or debit card, and then you can just add your information. And this step is important because if you want to receive your $50 of credits, you need to have a credit card in your account. So let me go back to the presentation real quick. And if there's any questions, feel free to just ask any of us, me or one of the ambassadors, whoever you feel comfortable. So what we're gonna do right now is just practice as a group. So if you guys can open your Lyft apps. And what we wanna do is you can search one of these destinations from your current location, and then we're gonna have like 10 minutes to do this. And then in 10 minutes, we'll come back and then see what everybody's thoughts are on this. So yeah, just open your app and just add one of these destinations, and then we'll talk about them in 10 minutes.
I'm afraid I actually requested a ride. How do I stop it?
There should be a cancel ride option.
Well, I don't see it anywhere on my trip payment Visa. I'm afraid it's going to my Visa. I don't see any place to cancel. I'm on an iPhone 8.
Okay, let me see if I can. And if any of our ambassadors know how to do that.
What are you trying to do again, sweetheart?
I don't know offhand. I'd have to try it.
She said she accidentally ordered a ride and she wants to cancel it.
Well, you asked us to put in a destination, and I did. So here it says I have a nearby driver found. Your driver is arriving in 11 minutes.
Would it be possible for you to hold up your phone to the screen so we can
I see that. I've gone ahead and booked a ride, and in the middle of the screen, there's an option to edit ride. Do you see that?
I do not.
In the screen that says ride booked?
Well,
does the bottom of your screen show the ride booked? Do you?
No. I'm scrolling down or scrolling up to it so I can get to the bottom, and I don't find anything.
Okay, does your bottom of your screen say arrives in such and such time?
Well, I had it there for a minute, but now I can't find it. Share the
You have a little
edit ride.
edit ride, tap on that.
Okay, add stop.
No, the top option is to cancel ride.
Cancel ride. Okay, cancel ride. Okay, ride cancel. Request incorrect.
You just tap on other.
Yeah, removing $40.93 temporary ride. Good. Okay.
Thank you, Leonard.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't want to actually like request it, just search it so that you can see the different options and what that's gonna look like.
Well,
because also, like I said, towards the bottom it'll show like different like transit routes that you can look up, and then if there's any scooters around that you would want to use, those would also pop up.
What page are you on? It says search destination.
Yes, it's just the main page.
Okay, here. I have tried to go back, and the only thing I get is a page that says, "Hey there, where are you going?"
Okay, that's the search. That's the search destination page. You're on the right page.
I'm on the right page?
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
I know, but according to this map, I see a car coming to my house.
No, it's not coming to your house. What the map is showing you is what cars are in your area.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Jonah.
You're welcome.
So did everybody get a chance to play around with those addresses?
But don't press nothing, sweetheart, please.
Okay.
Because if you do, you're going to add your ride again.
Okay.
Because you don't want to put what they have there because it's going to cost you a fortune. So at another time, maybe you and I can get together. I can teach you on a one-on-one how to use this because
Yeah.
I know it is kind of confusing within a group chat.
Even though I canceled the ride, are they going to charge me?
No, they're not.
Okay, good.
Because you cancel before the 10 minutes before the ride comes.
Yes.
Your ride was 11 minutes, so you just made it,
Yeah. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
This is very frustrating. I really
It's not. No, it's not. Let me tell you something. Once you learn how to use it,
I know.
you're going to be a slave to Lyft. I'm telling you.
Okay. I hope not, but if my car breaks down and I can't get my neighbor, then I'll use Lyft.
There you go.
And then, well, I also want to mention that we do have office hours on Mondays from 12 to 1. So that's easier to get one-on-one help also.
And
also
that's
what was that?
mobility office. Is that mobility office?
This is online, like virtually.
Okay.
But I'll send the information out in an email after this workshop is over. So after trying it, did you guys have any questions, surprises, comments? Also, if you guys have rides, specific rides you want me to show you, I can do that too. If not, or you're gonna say something, Leonard?
Oh, I'm just wondering who's doing all the typing. We can hear that they're not muted. So I was just kind of goofing around about that.
She asked if I could just use it and then give her her wall back, but use the $8. So, and just so you know, Eva has to put her cat down. So I'm going to get her
Okay. I think I muted them. But if you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself again. We can also do another demonstration. Let me see. Let me try to share my screen. And I wanted to know if you guys also were able to add your payment methods, just so you guys can receive those credits.
In case you don't know, Lyft takes MasterCard, Visa, PayPal. You can add those cards in. So you have to add one of them in. So you can get your credits at the end of this class, okay?
I'm sorry, I have a question. You want us to put in a credit card already on Lyft? Is that what you're saying?
You don't have to put it in right this minute, but for you to receive the credits that you're going to receive from taking this class, you're going to have to put in some kind of payment way to activate your Lyft.
If there has been a credit card in there previously, is it stored or do we have to add a new one?
No, it's stored. Do not add a new one unless you want to.
Okay, and can you review what we will get after the survey in terms of a Lyft credit?
You want to tell them?
Oh, like the amount, you mean?
Yes.
It's $50.
And is there an expiration date?
The last day of this month.
It has to be the end of September?
Yes.
And what about if with COVID, we're nervous to?
It goes away, dear.
I mean,
Okay.
Angel did say that you can email her and then she can see if she can extend it. But you would have to email, and I'll share the mobility for all email at the end to
Okay,
see if that could be an option.
okay. I just wondered. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just asking about like if anybody needs help with the payment option, so I can go over it again because it is pretty important. But if not, is there any other questions you guys have at this point?
The only question I had is once when I used this before, I had like get the $5 free or whatever. I had like a coupon
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't take off the coupon. It went first to my credit card and I never got the coupon, like it never worked. So I'm just worried with the $50, it might do the same.
Sometimes with the coupons, it does tell you have to spend a certain amount. I'm not sure for your case, but it's popped up for me where it says you have to spend like at least 15 or you have to do something. So maybe you didn't do that and that's why you didn't apply it. But with the $50 credits, it should automatically apply it and it'll tell you, like if you go over the $50 for a ride, it should tell you that difference that's going to be charged to your card if you do.
Okay. Do you have to click on like get the $5 free or get the $50 free first?
So when you search for a destination, on the price itself, it automatically applies it there.
Okay.
And it'll show it looks like a discount, like it'll be a number and it'll be crossed out and the new number's on the bottom. That's how it showed up for me. I don't know about our ambassadors, if you have other experiences.
Well, when you once you see how much your paying a ride is, it'll put a line through it, and on top of the line it will say 000, let you know that ride is free. But it will show you how much is deducted from your credit. So if the ride was $13, it'll say 13, a line through it. On top of that, it will say 0.00. But $13 will be taken from your voucher.
Okay. And is the voucher going to come under promos or where does it come under?
It comes under, let me see, with Lyft, with Uber, it comes under payments. It comes under promos, and sometimes, like mine came under payment. It went down to where I see voucher.
And can you take more than one ride with a $50 credit, or if you take one ride, is it gone?
No, you take as many rides as you want until your $50 is spent.
Yeah, It's like,
like say you want to go to the grocery store. That's $10. It would deduct 10. You want to come back home, it might be another 10. That's another 10. So now you have $30 left. So next week you might want to go to the store someplace or go get your hair done and deduct that money. But now if you have $6 left in your voucher and your ride is $16, you will be charging your credit card $10.
Yeah, understood.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that first promo because it was like a $50 ride. I went to Denver Airport and it was like a $5 whatever it's called, and I never got it, but I'm not sure why. I just wanted to make sure that's not going to screw up something for the next one.
Well, I don't know where did the $5 promo from? The credit, the $5.
It was like a first ride ever Lyft coupon.
Oh wow, I haven't done that in 10 years, so I don't. It's been 10 years to me, so I really couldn't tell you about that one.
Yeah, thank you.
Are you so welcome?
Anybody else have any questions that we can answer for you guys?
I just wanted to add, if you do give a tip, it is not taken from the voucher, but it will be taken from your own payment method. That's right, Anna?
That's the way it goes. It's
okay,
taken
good.
from your credit card. Not
Yeah,
from no
thank
tips
you
are
for
taken
mentioning.
from the voucher.
I assume it's okay to give cash to the driver.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
No. The driver will tell you yes, but if you look through Lyft's rules and regulations, they're not allowed to accept cash.
Okay, so you need to put the tip on your card.
Yes.
Well, would that be separate?
No, when you press something, say you want to press a $2 tip or a $5 tip, it won't take that $5 from your voucher. It would take the $5 from one of the credit cards you have on that app.
So you pay on the app when you're taking the ride, you pay on the app, and there's a place there just like you were at a merchant at a store somewhere.
Yes.
To put the tip. Okay.
Yes, it tells you tip, and it has certain amounts, and then you can put your own amount if you don't want to do what they say, Yeah.
Good.
And that screen is gonna automatically come up when you're done with your ride. So it's not gonna come up before that.
Oh.
It's like when you get to your destination, then it's like, okay, how was your ride? And then it asks you questions.
So your phone, so when you get to the end of the ride, the app knows you're at the end of the ride.
Yes, it does.
Yes, because it uses your location. So when you download it, it asks to use your location, and then you put accept, and then it knows where you are. So when you're actually taking the ride, it can keep track of where you're going, and when you get there, that's when it like asks you if like how everything was.
Yeah, and when I first got on this, it asked me to allow location, never, one time, always. Should I just put always on there and get it done with?
I mean,
it's all according where you are.
Pardon?
It's all according where you're going to be. Now, Sid, if you was just going from somebody's house to the store, you can put always. But if you're going to be in a big location where there's several stores, like a mall, you have to put exactly where you want them to meet you.
I see. So just one time. I wouldn't put always in there then.
No, I don't even check that. I don't even use that part. I don't do that with that.
Okay.
Because it'll confuse you. But when you finish your ride, not only is the Lyft has you on their card, they got that driver. They know exactly where that driver is going. They know when that driver lets you off because he has to press in also. Just the way you rate the driver rates you.
I see.
And when you get a certain amount of high ratings, like I get 20% off for like every month, I'll get a 20% off for the first 5 rides.
Good.
So you know, yeah, it is. I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah. Well, and I have read that some people have been bumped off the list, can't get rides with Lyft or Uber anymore because they misbehave.
That's right. They can just like If you have a driver and you gave him lower than a 3, you will never get that driver again. Never.
Oh, well, it's
And-
protection for
And
both.
the same thing goes for you. If you're a bad person, the driver put that, oh no. And then they'll bump you from being on Lyft.
Okay.
They can also charge you for like making a mess. So for example, I mean, it may not be as common for you guys, but if you throw open their car, they will charge you like $200.
Wow.
It's a cleanup fee.
So just so you guys know, keep that in mind.
I just wanted to add something about the location services setting. There's often, in most apps, will give you an option of using location only while you're using the app.
Okay.
That's what I do in most cases.
Yeah.
I never use always.
Well, this gave me an option of always, never, or one time. So I assume one time would be just for that ride you're ordering right then.
That's right.
It would give.
That's what it's for.
Hopefully it'll ask you each time you use Lyft. If you
Yeah.
want location.
Yeah.
So, Carol, Griffin, or Bevan? Oh yeah,
I
Carol.
have a question. Can you go, if you put in always, can you go back in and change that to what
Yes, you
Leonard
can.
said?
Yes, you can.
Where can
Well,
I
what-
find?
Because see what happens when you put in always, like before, I used to use Lyft to get my grandson from school. So it knew it always came to my address and always went to his school. So I didn't have to write in destinations at all. I'll just they come up on a little list and let's press it, and his school's address goes right into that little box. So that's what
So the question is, where am I going to find in the Lyft app where I can take that off?
It's not in the Lyft app. It's in your settings overall for your phone.
Okay, thank you.
On iPhone, you go into privacy location.
I'm not under I'm an Android girl. So let's see. So if I go into the main settings thing.
Go into what? Settings?
Settings.
No,
Android phone here.
Lennon has both. He help you.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm looking for a place where I might find it. General management? I don't know.
Well, I only got it when I went, after I downloaded Lyft. It came up when I put in a direction.
So it might just come up when you're ordering a ride.
Yes.
It might not come up the other time until you're ready to order a ride. That's why.
That's what it did when.
Okay, but Clyda is on an iPhone and I'm on an Android, so
Yeah,
I
an
don't
Android-
expect it to be the same.
I found it in Android. If
Where?
it's sort of in the middle of the list of settings, you'll see security and location.
Oh, okay.
It's green.
I even found it on my.
I'm working on it. Biometrics and security.
Carol, I had to go all the way down to the list of apps to the very bottom.
Clyda, I'm on a different kind of phone. It's going to be different.
Okay.
Yeah. And have you gone into security and locations now?
I see. Well, it didn't say security and locations. It said something else and security. Now let's see. Find my device.
Well, maybe I have a different version of Android. So I went to the top.
That's possible too. Oh, I see. Location, I see.
Okay, location. And then.
Oh, I see. Under location, there's my Verizon, Lyft. So I can go into Lyft under there probably.
Right.
And, oh boy. Uninstall and force stop. Notifications.
Further down is permissions and location.
I see permissions.
And if you tap
and
on
I
that.
see location. Oh, look at that. There it is, location. Thank you. So I can turn that location off right now.
Right.
I think it's creepy, actually, this, I feel like Big Brother is watching me when they know where I am.
For sure.
Okay, so I turned location off for Lyft. Yay.
And I found mine, and it had a selection for ask next time. So
Mhm.
I left that on.
Yes, that's what you leave on. So
Yeah.
it can ask you every time, you know.
Now,
Mhm.
I know the next class is on Uber. Do any of you have an opinion as to which app is easier to use, Lyft or Uber?
Lyft is easier than Uber. But then again, Uber, they're not over. They come for you. They come. They have better cars. They do more business.
Oh,
They will take you. You know, I've had Uber drivers, and a lot of times, like in the mornings, especially on Friday when I go grocery shopping, I usually get Uber, and they upgrade me to a luxury car.
really? Because you
And
use
I
it so
like that. And I like that.
You buy a lot of groceries.
No, it's because when you get a luxury car, the driver is dressed in a suit.
oh.
He asks you whatever you need. I mean, they jolly on the spot. I love it. And that's what Lyft don't do that. Uber does.
Yeah.
They like you.
Well, I don't drive, so I'm just a slave to Uber and Lyft. What can I tell you?
What I do usually is I just use both apps just to compare prices, because sometimes one app is cheaper than the other. So you can also do that. It's an option. But
What did you say you use?
I use both Uber and Lyft just to compare prices. Like if I want to get somewhere, I look it up in both apps and then see which one is cheaper.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
you have to watch what part of the day you go out to.
Mhm.
Because if it's not a peak hour, you're paying a high price.
Yeah.
If it's not a busy time, you pay a very high price. And that can happen within 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. It can happen within.
And in some large cities, it's the other way around. If you take a taxi in peak hour, you're going to pay royally.
You know, but don't call, like I said, their peak hour is how many drivers they have out. If they have, the more drivers they have out, the less you're charged. The less drivers you have out, the more you're charged.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it can get crazy. I've had $15 rides turn into like 70. So just keep that in mind.
So you have to keep. That's why you have to keep watching them. You have to keep watching their price.
Mm-mm.
So does anybody else have any questions for us to answer?
Anna, I think the only thing I need to do is just work through this a few times, and then I'll be on the and make sure I cancel if I order something, and I'll be on the Uber thing in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and you can do that like this weekend, whatever, and come to our office hours on Monday if you have any questions.
Okay.
Even if you don't make it next Monday, it can be any Monday. It's usually every Monday from 12 to 1. And like I said, I'll send that email out after with all the information.
Okay.
Hi, Angel.
Hi. Sorry to join late.
You're good. We're just talking about our Lyft experiences.
Awesome.
It doesn't seem like anybody else has any questions.
I don't. Thank you so much for the topic. I appreciate it. This is Bevan. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for joining.